Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I am doing my long overdue tag of a project done with blue, Mod Podge, and glitter. Now I don't like working with glitter too much, but I have it, so we're going to go with it. Now this is a project that was inspired by Jen over at Quality Crafts. And of course I'm doing mine just a wee bit different. And I got my hot steaming coffee here, and I am ready to go. So, took a little pain pill, and I think we're going to be all right. So let me tell you what I'm using for this project. I'm using some framelit dies. This is the third largest in this framelit 8 die set here. So I'm using the third largest, and then I'm using the fifth largest. So I didn't use them together, and you'll see in just a minute. I'm going to go ahead and tuck these back in here so that I don't lose them. Okay. You're going to need a little baggie. And then here are the frames that I cut out. This is the largest one. And then this is the next size one that I cut. And this is blue. It's a different blue, but it's blue. And then of course I got blue in the butterflies. And I'm using a white card base, but here is the napkin that I'm using. So now I went ahead and cut a square out of the napkin. And I want to go ahead and place this on here. I am going to Mod Podge this on here. Now, typically, I normally don't Mod Podge napkins on my cards because I don't like the effect on a card. I usually do. I'm just looking at my little card base here. I'm trying to center that bird in the middle. We'll see how it goes. So you still can see a little bit of the bird. But I want to get the whole napkin on the card, so we might be cutting it really close here. I probably should have cut a wee bit more off. I think that'll be good if we can do it like that. Alright, so what I'm going to do is separate my napkin first, of course. And I'm just going to leave this a whole napkin. Now, this napkin did not come from Dollar Tree. It came from Tuesday Morning, and I found these a long time ago. So it's a pretty thick napkin. I think it's either it's probably 2 or 3 ply. But just be careful. There we go. Oh, look, I got it all off at the same time. So if you're seeing this video, it means it worked. If not, then it means it did not work. So I'm just going to go, I'm thinking about leaving a little border of white, but I'm not sure. Because I really want this, I have to center my bird. And I really want this bird in the middle of both frames. So I have to center the bird right in my card. Okay, let me get this right. So we're just going to kind of lay this down at the top. Close this, pull it down as far as I can possibly go. And then this will lay centered like this on here. And then this will lay center on this. So I think that'll work. Alright, so let's get the napkin on. And I'm going to leave it whole while I'm putting it on, just because I am. And I don't think I'm going to put any on the back side. I think I'm just going to leave the back side plain. So I have my Mod Podge somewhere around here. Oh lordy, if I can get it open. There we go. Now I'm going to try very carefully just to put a very light coat on this, because I really don't want to wrinkle it up too much. But obviously I want it to stick. But I don't want it to take all day to dry either. Alright, let's see if I got that wet enough. Go over it just a little bit more. Particularly around the edges. Okay, so let's bring our napkin over. And I'm just going to barely stick that at the top there so that my napkin is down. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the part that I separated and I'm going to use that to rub underneath it to make sure it's stuck. And I can tell right now that it's not stuck good. So it needs more Mod Podge. I was trying to hopefully not get it too wet. Okay. So what I'm going to do is take my napkin part over here and just smush this down. It's better if you don't use your hands, because when you use your hands you can tear it. And I'm just going back through where it's wet and just adding a little bit more. And then I'll cut all this off in the end. Okay, so I'm going to put some Mod Podge on top now. Very carefully because I don't want it to tear. So we're going to finish coating this here with the Mod Podge. And then I'm going to let it dry and I'll be back. Okay, so we're dry and this is how our card turned out. It's a little loose here on the bottom, so I'm probably going to put a little spot of glue there and that's it. But I just think that is so pretty. And I left the edges kind of rough, you know, like shabby-like. I just really like that look. So I think that turned out really pretty. So the next thing we're going to do, of course, is layer our bottom piece on here. And this is going to go almost to the edge. I cut this circle very close to the size of the card. If I didn't mention it, the size of the card is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And this one I just cut 1/8 of an inch smaller so that we could get fitted all on the card. I'm just keep checking on the card itself to see if I'm right in line there. And I think I did a good job with that. Okay. So this part right here is actually going to get glued to the card itself. And I am going to use Fabri-Tac to glue it because it's got this glossy. Only thing I could find was Mod Podge was glossy. So I'm going to use Fabri-Tac to put this on. Center that again where I want it, and I'm just kind of eyeballing. I got a couple of minutes there because, you know, the wet glue. If you're using tape or something on this part, you don't really have a whole lot of time there. Okay, so that part is on, and that looks pretty just like it is. I could leave it like that and I could have a blue card, but I don't have my glitter. So on this part, we're going to put the butterflies on top, of course. But before we put the butterflies on, we're going to do something else to this piece right here. And we're going to need foam tape and you're going to need sticky tape. So, put my top back on my glue for right now. And you're going to need your little plastic baggie. And you're going to need some just clear hair gel. Stay with me, I'm not crazy. Well, I am crazy, but, you know. So what we're going to do with this, open up the hair gel. Let's see if it's, oh, it's already open. Sometimes they have that little safety stuff on there. Since I'm not ever going to use this, I don't really care if it does or not. Okay. So we're going to open the bag. And we're going to put some hair gel in our bag. I'm going to put enough in there so that when I close the bag up, kind of squish it out, and it'll come up to the top. Now this bag closes fairly well, so, but you can also seal this too at the top, which I am probably going to do, put some more glue on here. But what we're going to do with it, it's going to live like right here in front of the little birdie. Okay. And then this is going on top. Of course, we're going to put foam tape on this. And I probably put just a little bit too much hair gel in this one. I may have to take a little bit out, but I don't know. We'll see how it works. So what we're going to do is open the bag back up. Now I have some just glitter. This is, I think, fun. It's chunky glitter. I have some chunky glitter. This is, of course, blue. And I don't like glitter, so that's why I'm doing it like this. I'm just going to put a little bit in the bag. And then I'm going to use some real chunky glitter, which is this right here. It's iridescent. I thought it would be really pretty in there as well, so I'm just going to put a little bit of that in there. And then close the bag up and start working the glitter around. So you're making like a really interactive card. I'm going to push this all back down toward the bottom of the bag and squish it. Technical term, squish it all around. Now you can put as much or as little as you want in there. And when I put mine in here, I want people to move it around and see the bird in the background. Okay. Or you can smush it all down like this and leave it like this, and then they can just go over the bird. Okay. But before I seal the bag good, I'm going to take all the air out of it. So all I'm going to do is open up one little corner of it. I'll squish all this down here. And I'm going to squeeze all the air out so that it lies pretty flat. Okay. Here's my little birdie hiding. Okay, so what I'm going to do is try to squish all the stuff sort of in the middle. Now you can help seal this up better by using the tape and how I'm going to tape it, but I just want to see how far down I want the stuff to go. And I think I'm going to tape it a little bit down here, and then of course up here. And I'm putting this over the small circle, okay? So what we're going to do is take a piece of double-sided tape. I'm just going to lay a piece down here. And a piece here. I'm going to look and check and see if that's where I want it. Move my glitter black up. Okay. Cut this tape down. Alright. So when I got this off, I'm going to actually run a piece down the sides as well. But I just wanted to uncover the tape first. Make sure that your tape doesn't go over your little hole. You don't want anybody to see the little opening. Okay. Oops. Alright, where's my little pokey tool? Now I'm making sure which is up. Okay. Now I'm just going to set this down here. I'm going to smush everything to the middle. And I'm going to set this down. And tape that on the inside. Now in order to be able to see this, we're going to have to tape, put it on foam tape. So you leave your tape the way it is. I mean, you decide how thick you want it to be. And this is going to go over it. But what we're going to do before we do that, just extra precaution here. We're going to take a little piece of tape and run it on the outside of this bag. And we're going to close it down. Okay. And then, if you want the stuff to put in the middle, you can also put your tape down here and close it off. But all we're going to do now is put our foam tape on here. And before we see, before we take the tape off, what we're going to do is see how high we want it. If we want it to make a little bit higher, then we'll double stack it. I just thought this was really very cool. And I was looking for a way to do something with glitter. Glitter without making a huge mess with glitter. Because, you know, glitter tends to go everywhere. And unlike a regular shaker, this doesn't leak out while you're trying to stick it on there. So let's take our little thing here. And so you can move back and you can definitely see the bird in here as you move this glitter and stuff around. And it's up to you how much glitter you want to put on it. You can put a lot in there, but just remember, like I did a one right here. Now this one is a little bit bigger. And if I wanted to put that one on there, I'd have to put a lot of foam tape to raise this one up. So I'm going to put this on another project. I'm not going to waste it. But I was thinking, you know, that was a lot of glitter in that one. So I think this would be really cute in a 3D project though. So I'm going to hang on to that. So I'm trying to decide, do I want it to be a little bit thicker or not? And just rub your fingers down here. I love playing with it. Okay. So I think I'm going to put one more layer of foam tape on here. Okay, so we have our second layer on here. I'm going to go ahead and peel all this off and we're going to stick it on our card. One thing I really like about this project is that I don't have to worry about glitter flying everywhere when I'm trying to take the backing of it off. Alright, so now I'm just going to make sure, I'm going to push all my glitter down toward the bottom so I can see. And I'm just going to make sure that I have it centered with the card and centered with the bird. Okay. I like that. Okay, there we go. Look, you can see the little birdie, and you can play with the little glitter in the middle of it. Really, really, really cute. So then you just put a little sentiment up here or down here, and of course on the inside of your card. Now, I am not putting anything on here right now until I decide, you know, where it's going and what it's for. And then I'll go ahead and stamp a sentiment. But here you go, guys. Blue. My Podge. Glitter. All in one little card. And I love this. It's so squishy. It's fun. Okay, there you go. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a try. It's not really hard at all. This is stuff I had on hand at home, except for the hair gel. And my neighbor kid, he wears hair gel. And he said, I just bought some from Dollar Tree, because he goes to Dollar Tree too. Because I have taught him about Dollar Tree. Anyway, he said, I bought some. I'll bring it down to you so you can use. So this is kind of borrowed. But everything else I had, it was out of my stash. And so, really simple and easy to do. You can use bigger bags. You can use a bigger card. You can do whatever. So anyway, please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And make sure, if this is your first time coming back to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down there. And don't forget to tap the bell, where YouTube should notify you each and every time I upload a new video, depending on if you want it to or not. Alright guys, have a blessed day, and I will see you all again soon. Bye.